Good morning, everyone. Buongiorno, I should say, everyone. And welcome
Buongiorno.
Good morning, everybody.
our final BVI Market Connect 2.0. Can you believe we're already to the last one in our series this week? So just to recap, we have traveled the world together from Germany to North America, France, the UK, and now we're in Italy. And we're joined by two of our amazing agency partners from Aviareps, Italy. We have Marco Castaldi and Valentina Gazzola, who will be sharing updates on the Italian market, the travel trends, and how we can keep the British Virgin Islands on the top of the Italian travelers' travel list. Of course, this series of BVI Market Connect has focused on the connecting with the travel trade, including tour operators and travel agents. Before we dive in, I'd like to, a little housekeeping, as they say, a quick reminder, our accommodations booking and occupancy survey, which was circulated to you. If you haven't received it, then we're actually going to share the link in the chat. And we really like to get your feedback. It doesn't take long. It just takes a few minutes to complete. And it helps us to understand how things are going across the industry. Because some of you asked us, you may tell us, what you're experiencing, but you also want to know what's the industry trend or what's happening here with others in the industry. We can't know that unless you provide us with the feedback. So look forward to receiving your feedback. Look at the trend. Look at the information, and you can share that information with us. Sorry. So without any further ado, we're going to get started and welcome Marco and Valentina to present on the Italian market.
Thank you very much. Buongiorno, good morning again, everybody. My name is Marco Castaldi, and I'm PR manager for the BVI in Italy. I take care of the media relation and press office for the destination across the Italian market. I'm here today with Valentina Gazzola, our communication specialist. She will be in charge today for our colleague Gabriele, who is the person in charge of trade, and we will present how to work best with the Italian market. I just leave Valentina for a brief presentation.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you virtually. I'm Valentina. I'm the communication specialist for the BVI Tourist Board here in Italy. I manage the social media accounts in Italian for the BVI, which are Facebook and Instagram. I know that many of you follow us, so thank you everybody for your support and for sending your reels and contents for our social media. And today I'm here on behalf of Gabriele to introduce the market scenario and the trade side of the BVI Tourist Board Italy activities.
So, yes, scope of today's presentation is to show you how to best work with our market. Italian market is part of the European Union, but is very much different from other neighbors' market. So we will go in deep both for trade and for media to see what are the differences and what are the unique values of our market.
Exactly. How to work best to best work with Italy. First of all, Italy is a highly fragmented country. There are many differences, cultural differences between the north and the south, but there are some common elements all around, spread all around our country. Understanding the cultural differences, preferences, and trends in Italy is very important if you want to attract Italian travelers. We have really summarized the main elements that can help you to understand how it works here in Italy. Most travelers, long-haul travelers, are aged between 25 and 64, but we will see later that the senior target have increased a lot after the pandemic. Women will always be the decision makers for holidays here in Italy. Mama always choose for everybody. Italians feel more confident with organized tours and with Italian assistance, or maybe it's better to say assistance in Italian. This is due to the fact that many Italians still don't understand and don't speak very well the English language, and also this is changing a lot, but this could be still this is a point that you have to know. Traditionally, Italians are last-minute planners and last-minute bookers, but also with the new generation, this has changed a bit. But if we take into consideration the other countries and also the other European countries, we are still a little bit last-minute. Italians rely more and more on the internet as their primary source of information, and now, thanks to the technology, artificial intelligence, travel apps, and so on, and social media, they also not only find information on thanks to the technology, but they also create their own itineraries thanks to the technology. The three major trends now in Italy are cultural and heritage tourism. No, back. Adventure, I will go very quickly. Back, Marco. Okay, thank you. Adventure and nature tourism and luxury tourism, which is always an ongoing trend here in Italy. So what we always want to suggest you is to provide something, activities, tours, experiences that really highlight the difference between the BVI and other destinations in the region and other destinations in general. Next, please. Perfect. Our behaviors when it comes to travel are the seasonality, which is a little bit different in Italy. Italian outbound holidays used to be mainly concentrated in the summer months and in Christmas holidays. Please consider that summer months and the summer holidays are very, very long in Italy because schools shut down for 3 months. And due to these very long school holidays, also all the rest of the society take the summer months as a period of pause. So more and more Italians are not traveling only in August, which is our peak month for our summer holidays, but the summer holidays are now spread from June, end of May, starting of June, and September, also beginning of October. The booking trend for long-haul destinations and for the BVI, for example, which are quite complicated destinations to put together for an holiday, are the classical channels, which are tour operators and travel agents. But Italians are more and more are increasing their online activity when it comes to book for hotel accommodation, and especially for airline ticket bookings. The reasons why Italians travel are, first of all, beach holidays, because Italians love love the beach, love everything that is around a beach holiday. But also, as we said before, for culture, for experiences in nature, and for culinary experiences. Culinary experiences are really important for Italians. Italians can book an holiday only because in that place they can experience, they can taste that particular wine, that particular other kind of foods. So, for example, events such as the Lobster Festival can be very, very attractive for the Italians. Next. Okay. The trends that are now driving the market demand more than in the past are the sustainability. Italians are becoming more and more conscious when it comes to choose the travel destination. So sustainable tourism practices such as eco-friendly, offering eco-friendly accommodations and nature-based experiences are increasingly important factors for the decision-making process. Long-haul destinations are have always been a trend in Italy, but now also families, for example, who before only traveled very short or medium haul, now are more interested in doing a long haul destination experience. The technological integration, which that I was introducing before, is another trend that we suggest to waive. Everything that is integrated, that offer an in-depth knowledge of the BVI through the technology has to be waived. Who is selling the BVI in oh, sorry, there is another slide. Okay. The targets are definitely and always the honeymooners. Honeymooners in Italy are really, really important as target, because honeymooners in Italy can travel for 2, 3, 4 weeks. All the businesses offer the possibility to couples to stay away for many weeks, paid by the company. So the most important holiday travel of your life is always taken for during the honeymoon. The planning trends of honeymooners have a little bit shifted in recent years, but in the booking period is now reduced for 6 months and just 3 months. But I would say that this trend is more affecting the north of Italy. In the south of Italy, they can start planning the honeymoon 1 year and a half before. So it really depends on the Italian area. Honeymooners for their honeymoon experience would pay everything they have. So keep in mind that honeymooners are really, really important if you want to sell services. Seniors, there is an increase in travel in this segment, especially after the pandemic. Seniors are always looking for very relaxing destinations, very relaxing experiences, but they also want to know where they are and live new experiences. Their main budget is spent on the accommodation. The accommodation can be the driving element of their choose or their choice for the destination. The luxury is always a growing segment. I think that is very common to all countries. The luxury travelers want 5-star accommodations. They want tailor-made services. They want to feel unique. They want exclusivity and high-end services. Okay. In Italy, who is selling the BVI? The BVI are sold by the key players of the market, which are Alpitour, Holidays, and all those operators that we call the generalist tour operators, which means that they can sell Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Caribbean, all the places in the world. But the BVI, we work very close with small niche operators, with small niche travel agencies, for example, that are located in the city center of Milan, for example, which are specialized in yachting, in sailing holidays, in honeymoon holidays, so in honeymoons. So we really start, we really try to work to cover all the operators available for a product such as the BVI. How to best work with this market? I think that it's very clear from the previous slides that what we suggest is to offer experiences. Even if Italians love the beach holiday, they would never stay on the beach from the morning until the night. Sailing excursions, private island visits. In the case of the BVI, the island hopping options. The BVI are really interesting for Italians because they can offer different islands. Also geographically different, with natural elements which are different in only one destination. So you should capitalize on this uniqueness of the BVI, offering exclusive packages and personalized experiences. Of course, luxury services are always very well welcomed by Italian travelers. Another trend that we didn't mention before, but it's important, is now the trend of traveling for wellness, for health, and for rejuvenation experiences. So yoga retreats, fitness retreats are increasing their quota of the market.
Thank you, Valentina. I'm now happy to provide a brief overview of the Italian media scenario. highlighting some key points of our media, Italian media. First, I would say that we have two main Italian apps, which are Milan, more for consumer lifestyle and travel. You know that Milan is the world capital of fashion and design. That's the reason why we have so many media connected with fashion and design. While Rome is the base, host mainly daily papers and on political focus. Rome is also the home of the Italian national television. Being so focused on lifestyle and I would say travel and design topics, the ownership of the media is more private than public. We have at least four main editorials group. Some are international, like Condé Nast, and some other really Italian owned and based like RCS Group or Mondadori. Another thing that is very interesting for the Italian media, which reflects our the specificity of our country, is the regional the regional perspective, because Italy is not like any like other European countries, for example, France, which there is a big capital and there are a lot of citizens around the big city. We have very small cities across the country. So regional media are very important. We touch base also with the regional media because in some cases, in some region, they have a wider audience than the national one. So is an aspect that we take care very, very seriously. And another thing that is common worldwide is the digital shift, because we still have many print media, but of course the digital shift toward e-media and online papers is something that is going more and more important. We saw also from the past press trips we hosted that the digital edition of the editorials are generated by press trips and give us the opportunity to have longer editorials with more pictures and with more contents. We move quickly to the focus of our presentation. After this introduction, we go in depth on what we do for the BVI in Italy and what is needed, why the support of our partner is so important. And I would leave Valentina to start with the trade strategy. Thank you.
Exactly. The trade strategy in Italy is mainly focused on stimulating travels in shoulder and low season. The reason why we promote this strategy is because, as we said before, Italians are pretty last-minute bookers, and when they want to book, there is no availability because the BVI have not so many rooms available, especially in high season. So what we need to, what we try to do is offering ideas and reasons to visit the BVI all year long. And this, I would say that this is also the main strategy, that this strategy, the trade strategy, is supported, for example, by our social media strategy, which is focused on saying visit the BVI for the Lobster Festival, visit the BVI for the BVI Fashion Week, visit the BVI in all periods of the year. We try always to consolidate the relationships with active tour operators, with active travel agents, which means those operators who really support the destinations, who have the clientele that can accept the message of the BVI as a travel destination. But we also try to increase the number of operators who sell the BVI in Italy, selecting the operators. We don't want everybody to sell the BVI because the BVI are not for everybody. But many new operators are coming to the market, and we are trying to understand and to create collaborations to understand if these operators can be the right ones for the BVI. We always promote the yachting and cruising sector. The cruising sector is very important for us because we know that most Italians who visited the BVI visited BVI during a cruise itinerary, and then we want to attract those travelers saying you visited the BVI one day, you want to see more, and this is one of the strategies that we are conducted here in Italy. Also,
sorry, Valentina, I step in just an information for our audience today. We do also represent in Italy Norwegian Cruise Line, which is one of the company that is sailing to the BVIs. So is for sure something that we promote also through Norwegian Cruise Line communication, the BVI.
Exactly. For example, last year we conducted a series of events in collaboration with Condor Airlines and the Norwegian Cruise Line, which was this series of meetings with operators was called Caribbean Roadshow, and this was a very nice collaboration and was well welcomed by the operators. So just to say that we work very close with the cruise segment.
Yes, regarding the media strategy, despite the fact that we believe that press trip are the best way to bring journalists to raise VI awareness for journalists, we carry every day an ongoing press office activity to stimulate new contacts, to generate new coverage for the BVI through press releases or pitches or media briefing. We work both with consolidate contacts, but we always scout new contacts because we know that there are different targets, there are different segments and different media that can they can talk and write about the BVI. Regarding the consumer strategy, Valentina said it was true what she said about that the Italians love sun, beaches, and sea. But what we do with consumer is also to promote the BVI beyond the sea through their events and to do the other thing that the island have to offer, like, for example, food and hotels and natural wonders.
Okay. What we need from the partners, your participation in your support to our local initiatives. For example, we had a very positive feedback from our webinars conducted with villa rentals and hotel properties, and we would like to offer more webinars of this kind to the Italian operators, because the feedback was really, really good. Your support to farm trips. Farm trips are very, very important because Italian tour operators always need to have a first-hand experience of what they sell. And for a destination which is particular, so unique, like the BVI, especially when if we think about the transportation, the differences between the islands, is really important to show them the destination. And the farm trips that we conduct are addressed to tour operator staff, including product managers and booking staff, but also to retail travel agents, niche travel agents or travel consultants. But your support, we understand that offering rooms is not so easy, especially when in peak season. But your support is always much appreciated also for if you offer site inspections, activities, excursions, tours, anything that can show how the people can leave the destination. So hotels are really, really important, but it's the overall experience in the BVI that we want the travel operators to experience when they are on the islands. Okay. These are just a few numbers of the webinars that I introduced a couple of minutes ago. They went very well. The number of attendees was really good for Italian for webinars and in Italy, but the very good feedback was received after the webinars. We received many requests for brochures because in Italy we have many wedding shows, and this is the period of the year of wedding shows. So after last webinar, which was conducted in October, Gabriele received many requests for brochures and materials in general to bring to these honeymoon and wedding shows. So if you want to join our webinars, if you want to propose a theme for a webinar, we are here, and you just need to send us an email.
Thank you, Valentina. I jump again on the media side. Just a few key numbers to show what we do to promote all the real long toward the Italian media. We have an average of 150 meetings with Italian journalists. I mean both trade and consumer media. We usually distribute at least one press release per month. And we also have a dedicated plan to press trips For example, last year we also had one press group with the 3 journalists, which I had the opportunity to escort. So I had the opportunity to visit the destination, and that was very interesting for me because it was the first time at the BVI, and I could really understand what are the values and what is also the logistic of the destination. I just leave to Valentina because she is our specialist about the social media, about to comment a little bit the figures of social media. Sorry.
Okay. These are just a few insights of the numbers achieved last year. Our fan base has increased a lot in the last 3 years, and what is increasing a lot is the number of travelers who contact us through direct messages on Facebook and also on Instagram. They are happy to share their pictures and they request information. We usually drive and address the request for information to our official email of the tourist board of the Italian office, but it's very what we have seen is an increase of, in general, of interest for finding something more about this destination.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And again, also for the press office, the support from your side is very important, beginning from the ongoing press office activity, because we really ask you to share with us your news, your updates. We will share at the end our contacts so we can keep in touch. Anything relevant you want to share with us can be included in our information, in our press releases. And we also receive queries from journalists sometimes because they are writing a specific editorial, maybe about wellness or spas or food festival. So we need your support to provide information, pictures, and so on. We also create press releases on our own, but any story angle you think that can be worth to develop is appreciated to be shared with us. And of course, very important, as I said before, press trips, because the first-hand experience is something that really can create, I will show you later, good coverage, great editorials on Italian media, both travel and overall consumer media. I just let Valentina to specify about the social media needs.
Our social media posting plan is mainly the mirror of the news that Marco provides to media. So we always try to align the communication. But as you know, social media are a place where people want to dream. So you will notice that most of our contents are focused on showing the beauty, the wonder, the beauty wonders of the BVI. But we try to mix up the information, and we always try to find a good balance between dreamy, inspirational posts and informational posts. In terms of information, what we always do is provide any news on airlift. Any news on hotels opening or reopening, and local events. For example, the BVI Food Festival, anything that can show the culture of the BVI. So keep us always informed on your latest news. If you want to being featured on our social media, you just have to send us your reel that you have already produced, or you can send us an email. We are always happy to receive news and contents and pictures and videos for our social media.
Thanks, Valentina. I'm now going to show you some achievements coming from hosted press trips. For example, we had an individual press trip in May 2024 for the Italian television. RAI is the national broadcast. Is a travel show, and they dedicated a 50 minutes show to the BVI, and actually the audience was very good. It was broadcasted last year. We had 1.6 million audience, and the share was also very good. According to the to the network, was one of the best recorded in recent years. Then we had another individual press trip. The journalist was invited for the leading Italian media, consumer media, Dove, but she created also a second editorial on lifestyle magazine, James. One thing that I would like to underline is that we always select very carefully the journalists that we do invite, because we only invite tier one media, reliable journalists, and always try to have journalists that come not only for one media, but at least two or more publication in order to have further coverage. Last year, as I was saying, we hosted a group press trip. We had a very good editorial on the family magazine, Mio magazine. It was 6 pages fully dedicated to the destination. It's important to say, which is I think is very relevant for you, that all the editorials, both print, online or broadcast, always mention the partner involved in the project. And we are open to negotiate with the journalist and the publisher the visibility you want to have for each project. As I was saying before, the same journalist of Mio magazine created a second editorial on Acqua Sapone, which is the house organ of an Italian beauty store. And again, it was 5 pages fully dedicated to the BVI, and featuring also the partner that supported the press trip. We had recently 2 editorials on very important online magazine. The first one is Grazia, which was the best travel experience in the world. This was published last July for summer holidays. And then we had another one on AD Architecture Digest by Elena Barassi, who was part of an individual press trip hosted last spring. And a very brand new editorial because it was published last week on touringclub.it. Touring Club is a very important institution in Italy dedicated to travel. It's a long story. It was established last century. All the members of Touring Club are very much involved in travels, and we had a very long, detailed editorial on the website of Touring Club. This was also generated by the group press trip hosted last year. Now I move quickly to the planned activity and the support we ask and we offer, of course. As mentioned, the main activities we are planning are webinars, which I've also already had. The Trade Fame Trip, which Gabriele is now organizing. The BVI Day workshop hosted last spring, and the ongoing trade sales blitz tour that Gabriele carries all year long as the press trip, both individual and group that I do organize along the year. We put in a very quick timeline the different activities both for trade and for press. As Valentina mentioned, we had in February the second edition of the Caribbean Roadshow. In April, we had the first webinar. In May, we had the pleasure to host in Milan the day sale, the BVI day sale mission, which was together with the media mission. In September, the second webinar. Now we are going to have in November the Avireps Roadshow, which is organized by our agency for the Italian market, and the Trade Fame Trip that Gabriele is organizing. Of course, all year long, we have networking events, ongoing meetings, and e-learning program. The same I show you for PR. We had in February the Caribbean Roadshow. The BVI Day in May with media gathering. We involved both trade and consumer media, and we hosted the first press trip, while in November we will host, between November and December, the last two individual press trips. As ongoing activity, we have press office and social media management. And I would like to thank you, but before leaving, we leave all our contacts. As we said before, keep in touch for anything you may need or you want to share with us, because it will be a pleasure to further promote the destination across the market. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if there is any question. We can share with you then this presentation. If you want any specific information about the trade or any media overview, we have a separate presentation which go in depth about both trade and media, and as I said, we will be happy to assist and provide further information.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marco and Valentina. Um, as you said, if there are any questions at the time, we'd be happy to take just a few questions. Oh, we have a quick question from Kim Huish. She said, "Thanks for the great information. Sorry, but did I miss what the average spend is for an Italian vacationer?"
It really depends on the destination, and I would say that the most important thing that you have to know is that Italians spend a lot outside the hotels. Italians are quite different from Americans, which tend to spend the majority of time inside the property. Italians bring their money everywhere, so they are very they are very generous with all the community and the shops, and Italians love souvenirs, love to buy clothes. We are fashion addicted. we so they really bring money everywhere. And another point that is relevant if we want to travel with Italians is that we spend many days on holidays. So our average length of stay is always longer than other countries. When Italians travel long haul, they always stay in the destination at least 2 weeks, 14 days. There is a question.
Thank you, Valentina.
I'm not.
Yes,
Yes.
There is a follow-up there. Do they like all-inclusive trips? I manage
Yes.
a 105-foot yacht, Kwanla, so we are like a mini cruise ship with most expenses covered. So she's asking if Italians like all-inclusive trips.
Yes.
Yes.
All-inclusive was the major trend until the pandemic. All-inclusive. Italians want to travel really well organized. They want to know before traveling how much they will spend. But then when they are in the destination, they spend a lot everywhere. But all-inclusive travels are really much appreciated, especially by families, because when you travel with kids, you want to know, you want to have as many services included as possible. So yes, all-inclusive trips are a very good idea.
It's correct because Valentina before said that the BVI are not for everybody, but people that choose the BVI are very well aware of the product. They know that for some properties it can be expensive, but they are prepared. So maybe is a small niche market, but is very profitable from our perspective.
Yes.
And that's the reason why we focus only on specific media, because we know where that kind of customer is, what are their interests, what are their needs, and it's very sophisticated job we do every day to find the client, the perfect client visitor for the BVI.
Exactly. And the same from the trade side. It's really important to be featured in the key players programs such as Alpitour, such as Turisanda, etc. But the the most profitable, the most interesting collaborations are, and more bookings come from niche operators, because they create tailor-made itineraries. They have the right target, because if you want, you don't go to a travel agency and ask for the BVI if you don't know the product. So you go directly. If you want to go on a holiday, on a sailing holiday, you go to that niche operator, because you know that he knows what you need for your sailing vacation.
Okay, we have one more question here from someone who reached out to us directly. The question is, what do Italian tour operators and advisors value most when working with BVI properties? And the options are flexibility, quick responses, special offers, personal touches.
Everything you said.
All of the above. Okay.
Everything is important. I will pass the question to Gabriele, because he is more on the job than me. But I think that, for example, to push shoulder and especially low season is really important to have special offers, to receive special offers. And if you want us to pass the word, to share your special offers, we can do that for a BVI newsletter, including the offers. For example, we can spread the any news and anything that can help the operators to sell the BVI here in Italy.
If I may step in, according to my experience when I was at the BVI, I would say that also the personal touch and the tailor-made experience is something very much appreciated, because I had the feeling that everything was made just for us, and as it was actually, but is something that for the Italian customer is very much appreciated.
You don't have to.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Marco.
You're welcome.
And I want to give you and Valentina a special thanks for sharing your valuable insights and helping us to better understand how to attract the Italian travelers to the BVI. And I think you've brought us to the end of this series on a high note and with a little Italian flair.
Thank you.
And I want to thank all the partners that joined us today and throughout the Market Connect 2.0 series. We want to thank you again. Without you, this is not possible. And we hope you will spread the word to your colleagues that in order to learn, this is an opportunity to learn about those markets so that we can increase our options as far as visitors coming to the BVI. We can take full advantage of the travelers. Once you know them, once you know their habits, know how to reach them. And this last series was about how to reach them, how to work with the travel intermediaries like tour operators and travel agents to bring persons to the territory. So again, thanks to everyone for attending. I'd just like to
Thank you.
a friendly reminder on our accommodations booking and occupancy survey. I think it maybe came under the title of Tourism Accommodation Survey, which went to charter operations and land-based accommodations. It's still open. If you haven't filled it out yet, please take a few minutes to do so. It's quick, it's easy, and it gives us a better idea so that we can give you an idea. We don't call out and say which individual properties are doing what or how they're doing. We give a macro and overall view of the outlook. This helps with dealing with uh, airlines, helps dealing with government and other pieces of information, or even giving that information back to you to say, this is the outlook, this is what we expected, this is what we'd like to see. So it's important for you to participate in those survey. So please go ahead and complete that. So again, on behalf of our entire team here at BVI Tourist Board, our agencies, again, a big thank you for all who have participated, who have joined, who have asked their questions. And of course, the dialogue does not end here. You can reach out to us with questions. You can reach out to our agencies. The contacts were shared, and we've shared them in different media already. But if you need a contact, we should certainly connect you. So great afternoon to everyone.
Thank you, everybody again, and wishing
Thank
you
you.
all a great
Ciao.
weekend. Thank you.
Oh.
Ciao a
Ciao.
tutti.
Bye.